Let's start to paint the first translucent flower project. Keep in mind all the skill that you learned early in the basic techniques part. The first step, I draw a circle. You can use a circular or any other object with a round shape, such as a cup or tape. A circle is the main shape of the flower cup when you look at the flower from the top. I divide the circle into 12 parts. These will be the flower petals. Then I draw oval-shaped petals. After I finished this sketch, I remove the extra pencil lines with the eraser. And then I draw a small circle, the middle of the flower. Next, I begin to paint with watercolors. I will fill the petals with color using gradient fill and wet on wet technique. I load up on the brush a very light purple color solution and I fill the petal with this color. Then I load up on the thin brush a more saturated solution of the same color. And I touch the edges of the petal as I did in the circle exercise in the previous block. I cover a large area with brush number 6 and the edges with brush number 0. The main thing that you should always remember, wait until the petal is completely dry and only then start to cover next petal. So, now I will fill the petal which lies opposite the petal that I just painted, and I will repeat it with all the following petals. Don't forget to use a napkin or cotton pad to remove excess water from the paper. You can also use a hair dryer to dry the petals faster. After I fill the opposite petals, I begin to fill the remaining petals. Do you remember the exercise with layers from the previous block? Now I will use it. I cover the petal with a light color solution and, while the petal is still wet, I touch its edges with a more saturated color. Then I let the petal dry. I repeat these steps until I cover all the petals. Look, a combination of these techniques, gradient, wet on wet and wet on dry, gives a transparency result. I continue to cover all the petals in this way. When I have finished covering all the petals, I begin to paint the middle of the flower. With a thin brush, I take dark paint, black or Payne's gray, and cover the middle with dotted brush strokes. Then let this area dry.